One great mistake we've done, which even if I speak 1,000 times, it doesn't get off my mind. We became an island by cutting off all the trade routes, both on east and west, with what we called as partition. If this partition was not done in such a crude way, without unthinking of any kind of geopolitical strategic placement of the nation, by now we would have highways and railways running into European capitals. Today, every drop of gasoline that you use, every drop of diesel that you use has come by ship, refined here, and then you're using it. Do you know the cost of that? Being a hegemon in the world is not going to just happen because economically you become number 3 or whatever, all right? But between number 3 and number 2, there is still a huge… we're still 5, but even if we get to 3, which we will, I think in the next four years' time we should get there, still the difference is very, very big. And there are many other aspects, I don't want to go into all that.
Are we too divisive to ever become like that and have that singular focus in
I
being
don't think
that?
we should become like that. I don't believe anybody in the world should be a hegemon. But still human beings are in that state of mind and action that if there is no overarching guiding principle or force, I think a lot of people will do absolutely crazy things, unfortunately. So evolving the human being to a more conscious existence is my work. My main work is conscious planet, to create a conscious planet. Planet is already conscious, it's only the human beings.
But we have to be protective of it, shouldn't we?
No, in protection it'll not grow.
But then we will be again subject to invasion, and invasion
No,
doesn't
that yes.
necessarily happen as a geographical
No,
boundary
that's
crossing.
100%. See, one great mistake we've done, which even if I speak 1,000 times, it doesn't get off my mind, is we were referred to as a subcontinent. But what was a subcontinent? We made it into an island nation. Today we are an island nation. Unfortunately, in the past, we called this Jambu Dvipa.
Jambudvipa. Correct.
Because we thought Himalayas were unbreachable. But today, Himalayas are breachable because we fly and everything can be done across Himalayas.
Yeah.
But we became an island by cutting off all the trade routes, both on east and west, with what we called as partition. No nation has ever become really a great nation when their only way to do trade is sea. Right now, that's how we are. We need to change that one way or the other. This doesn't take some genius, because for thousands of years we were trading through these routes, thousands of years. The entire Arabia, the Jerusalem area, Damascus, Europe, everybody was doing trade with us, and Asia, of course, 100% was doing trade with us. They're talking about… I'm talking during Krishna's time, they're discussing trade in Mahabharata. They're talking about 10,000 bullock carts going through the number 1 national highway of the day, what is somewhere around Lucknow towards Kalinga, okay? 10,000 bullock carts going in a row. That is the level of trade that was happening internally. If you go to Palmyra, if you go to Aleppo, now unfortunately all these things have been destroyed. I just went there before the war, I drove from Beirut to Damascus and across. And these cities were essentially built by taxing Indian traders. By tax, they built massive cities. Aleppo was such a beautiful city, and now it's all rubble, that's a different matter. 8,000 years old. 8,000 years ago, so much trade should happen means at least 15,000 years ago we started trading, right? So these routes are well known to us, these are trading routes. If this partition was not done in such a crude way, without unthinking of any kind of geopolitical strategic placement of the nation, by now we would have highways and railways running into European capitals, Central Asia, pipelines of gas and petroleum, everything would be on. Today, every drop of gasoline that you use, every drop of diesel that you use has come by ship, refined here, and then you're using it. Do you know the cost of that? If it came in a pipeline from Russia or from anywhere, from Arabia, it would be very, very different. We just can't do it anymore.
And we can't undo partition. So what is the solution?
I don't want to make such statements. There is nothing that can be done or undone, cannot be done or undone. Both can be done and undone.
Are you talking about Akhand Bharat?
No, Bharat.
Which is?
See, if you look at this, what you call as Hindustan was from Armenia, Azerbaijan, Tajikistan, Kyrgyzstan, Afghanistan, Pakistan, eastern parts of Iran, Iraq. Are we going to go get all that? That was all Hindustan at one time, full of temples. In Armenia, I can show you at least 100 temples which were demolished during the Christian era. So everybody knows this, people who are there know this. In India, we are kept innocent because our education system has taken care to insulate us so carefully so that we don't develop any sense of grudge or pride about who we are, or who we were at least. So from there up to Borneo, including what is Myanmar today, Indonesia, southern parts of Vietnam, Cambodia, Borneo, all this was Hindustan. Today only 1/3 of that is left, 2/3 is gone. Further losing it is not even an option. So do we need a military, do we need strength? Of course we need, because we're still living in a world where it's masculine and it's the muscle which tells who is who, all right? Money is also kind of muscle, all right? Economics and military rules the world. You can't say love rules the world, all right? It's stupid. It is wonderful, but it's stupid right now in the present context, because whatever action should be relevant to the situations in which we exist. Ideals we can have, but action should always be relevant to the situations in which we exist. In the situations that we exist, if you do not have a strong economic power and do not have a strong military force, you will be nothing. There's no question about that.
Click here to watch the full episode.